Got one person on. Hey, I lost connection. Man. Damn, and we were going good too. So how's everything, Bonnie? Oh, 10 people on. Don't forget to get them back. Hey, from Florida, Laura. Junior High. I was on and I lost connection, so I lost everybody. Let's see if I get them all back. How's everybody doing? Great, great. Good, good. Thank you, Laura. Man. Hey, Donald. Zach's still watching. Good, good. Lost connection. Your train videos to watch. Yeah, I even have fun with my own videos. Yes, I have. I have a lot of fun making that train display layout. Um, got that off my bucket list. So yeah, I got that out my bucket list. So the next one, I think I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna jump off the a parachute, skydiving. I did it a long time ago. Like I think it was '98. Did the tandem jump, and I found out that here in Arizona they have skydiving. They got an indoor one where you go inside some air tunnel, and then you got the real McCoy. Could have paid me enough to jump off the plane. That's what I thought at first. I think I thought it was 98 when I first did my first one. And I thought the same thing. And as soon as that, we were on the plane, and as soon as that door opened, oh, I was so paranoid. But if you don't jump, they don't give you your money back. So I the door was open. I got to the ledge of the plane. I looked down, all the noise, and and all that crazy, and we jumped, and once we jumped, all the scariness and all the fear, everything went away. It was so peaceful. Um, Man, I can remember that like if it was yesterday. So I was looking in YouTube, and I found out that here in Phoenix there's a skydiving school thing where you go. It's an inside air tunnel, something like that. So I might, when I get the funds, I might try that, and uh and try that, and then some other time do another skydive. See what happens. You only live once. Mm. Any questions? Jaybird, what's up? Everything is good, Jaybird. Hanging in there. You're brave, kids. Just thinking about skydiving gives you panic attack. Yeah, I had. It was the same thing when I first jumped. Oh man, but but I was there, and I said I got to do it. If not, I'm never gonna do it. And I did it. And once like I said, once you jump off, it's a whole new experience, and just everything. You're at peace, just gliding down. And of course, you got the guy hooked up on you, giving you but it was fun. Howdy from the Philippines. Hey, life my way. How's everything in the Philippines? Is it rainy season there now? You make it to the train museum? Not yet. I haven't had a chance to go. I've been working on some stuff with my nephew, getting his Medicare and some other stuff that he needs, and I'm trying to get an appointment for him so he can get a physical and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm still working on a bunch of stuff with my nephew. This is all new to me. I'm a daddy now, so and I ain't got nobody really to help me. It's just me. If I had a wife, it would have been easier, but it's just me. It's okay. Don't need it. Good question, Gabriel. Are you going to take the camper out and do some trips in the future? No, Laura, no, I don't. Not anytime soon. Right now, I can't afford gas. I'm pretty tight right now. I can't work. Little disability that I get and stuff, and I'm taking care of my nephew now. So, but I might do little short trips, like a weekend thing close by here, if the weather permits, if it's not too hot. Um, my nephew hasn't really experienced cold weather, so um, I would love to gone up to Pine Top and camp out in the snow and stuff. But he won't make it. You know, he's never seen snow, so I'm dying to take him to go see snow. My little nephew was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and when I went to visit my mother, there was some stuff going on, and I got custody of him. Um, I took him out of. He wasn't in a bad environment and stuff, but because of his autism, everybody pull him to the side. And they did the same thing with my sister. My sister is autism. Back then, it used to be called retardation. Now it's called, I think, autism. And so I know the feeling. They used to do the same thing with my sister, and just keep her to the side. And it wasn't. It just never paid on the mind. And I saw that in my nephew, and I said, nah, I went through that. I don't want my nephew to go through that. My nephew has this. He has a sister, an older sister. She's 2 years older than him, and she's spoiled. And me, when I was growing up, they spoiled me, and they always kept my sister to the side. So I saw that, and there's some other stuff in it, and so I took charge, and yeah, I took charge. So now he's mine, and he's doing good. Uh, life my way makes. Yeah, I'm back. Perry Night Moon. I lost connection. It- for some reason, for these past week or two, my cell phones and stuff been working weird. You're a good dude, stepping up, helping me nephew. Yeah, it's family. Do what you have to sacrifice. I mean, I probably never really was there for my all my nephews and stuff, but if I have to give up my life for them, I will. It's my blood. Yeah, and they know that. My little niece, my niece adores me for that. I have four nephews. I got two boys and two girls, and then I have one, two, three, four, five, six. I think eight grandnephews. So I'm an old uncle, and so my nephew here now, he's my grandnephew. My nephew, which is his father, um, he's incarcerated. He's been incarcerated since my nephew was 2 years old. So, and his mom is a piece of shit. Well, anyway, just a little bit. I ain't really want to share, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Any questions? Live with Nick. My little girl Olive got out yesterday morning. Got hit by a car. I'm not sure how to move on. Did uh, did your Olive pass away? I hope not. Um, is that Nick? Nick is the dog. Olive is the doggy. That's really weird. Nothing. Good to see you back. Net, my net, my netty, my netty. 0618. Yeah. Yeah. Support. You know, take them out of a bad environment. Um, it's my blood. Blood is thicker than water, right? Chris Helms. Hey, big man, how you feeling? Feeling good, brother. Feeling great. Doing good. Hanging in there. How you feeling, Chris? Yes, family is everything. Robert Watterson, the Earth is going through a solar storm, is why communications are bad lately. I figured that probably the eclipse that we're gonna have and all those solar flares and stuff that are going on. There's some crazy stuff going on. Chris, I'm good. That's good, Chris. Uh, Nick, sorry to hear that, Nick. I, uh, when I was like 12 years old, I had a Saint Bernard, and he was like about 3 months old, and my stepfather brought us that Saint Bernard. And it was huge, and back then there was no internet, none of that stuff. My mother had just finished paying off those encyclopedias, the botanical encyclopedias, I think it was. And I started looking through those books to find out because we didn't know what type of dog it was. It was so huge for 3 months, and it took me like about I don't know about 2 weeks. I think I was like 8, 9 or 10. I think I was 12. I think before 12. Yeah, and so I found a picture of the dog, and it was a Saint Bernard. And like 6 months later, this dog was freaking huge. And my sister had him. It was Christmas after Christmas, and I was outside showing off. So kids back then at Christmas Day, everybody shows off their toys. Everybody's riding bicycles, and I was across the street, and I was showing off. My mother had bought me a radio. It was that one speaker radio with the cassette deck. It was a small little radio. And I was across the street, and my sister had the dog, and that dog was real crazy with me. He wanted to be wherever I was. And then my sister lost grip of the dog and it ran across the street and a station wagon hit him. Oh my gosh. My screams were, I think Bigfoot heard him up in the woods, or it scared Bigfoot. 'Cause my screams were, oh. And it ran the dog over waist down. So it was peeing and pooping blood and peeing blood. Uh, and my, my mother played it off because the next day was school time, and so I think I was in third grade. So I went to school, and my mother said, "No, I'll take care of him. I'll take care of him." So when I went to school, my mother took him to the vet, and they had him put him to sleep. Oh man! So ever since that, I'd never had a dog again until Foxy, and Foxy's been with me 8 years, and she's 10. She's been old. Yeah. Okay, something's going on with the cosmos. Oh yes, proton storms and something causing glitches. Yes, this is a lot of stuff going on. What's going to help to say where you are? Very good, man. Family is everything to me as well. Yeah, family. Yeah, give my life for them. I will. Okay. Definitely has to put it hurting on me. I can imagine, Nick. Can imagine. So sorry to hear that. Mm. McNasty headed to bed. All right, bud. You have a good night. I'll try to have another live stream in a couple days or so. I'll try. You know me. Yeah, sad stuff. Yeah. I've had Foxy for 8 years. Time goes by so quick. It sure does. Time doesn't wait for no one. You just you just gotta delay. Try to delay it as much as you can, but time doesn't wait. It just keeps going and going. Doesn't care. Doesn't discriminate. Doesn't care. It just keeps going. Keeps going with flying colors because nobody can beat it. Mm. I remember the video when you went with CBK to get her. Yeah, yes, that was a while back. What was that? 2015? Uh, no, uh, yeah, 2015. It's when I got her September. I mean December. I think it was December 22nd is when I got her of 2015, if I'm not mistaken. That's why we love and spoil our pets so much. We are blessed to have them doing their short little lives. Yeah, yeah. You know, back I remember back in the days when I was a kid. I remember dogs lasting so many years, 20 years, 22 years. And there was only like two brands of dog food, like Purina and Chuckwagon, was it? Purina and Chuckwagon was the only, I believe that were the only two brands that, and on milk bones. And dogs used to last, I remember people 18, 20, 22 years. I had a neighbor that had a German Shepherd. I think it was like 19 years old. And German Shepherds don't last, I think they're like 12 years most, the max, something like that. But it must be the food, all this junk they're giving. They're doing, uh, who's that? Judy. Hello, been knowing you for years. Yeah, have we met? Just a humble friend. That's roots for your good health and great years ahead. Thank you. You're looking good now. It's 7:20 a.m. in the UK. Wow, UK. Cheerio. My beagle was 15 when he passed. Yeah, man. I don't even think about that with Foxy. You know, that's that's gonna devastate me. Yeah, because I didn't rescue Foxy. Foxy rescued me. Yeah, her and her stubborn, but yeah, man, crazy. Has anybody seen the SpaceX rockets at night? Man, I've been trying to see them, but people been seeing them here. They launch from California, and so I get the notification, but then I start trying to figure it out, and I'm not out, and 40 minutes pass, and when I check Facebook, everybody's posting, oh, I seen it in Glendale, I seen it here in Surprise, or up in the valley. I'm like, oh, I missed it. I still haven't seen that, at least that light in the sky at night, the rocket. I still haven't been able to see that. And I would love to go up to Texas and go see one of those launches and see the rocket land. Because for me, um, growing up watching Star Trek, Space 1999, uh, um, uh, all those uh, things, and thinking about rockets landing and stuff, and now they're doing it. So I would love to see it. Avoid foods with treats from her own art. I don't buy Foxy treats. I don't get Foxy treats. The only treat she gets is what you know, uh, Paul or stuff. She gets little treats, but I'm not a much of a treat. I don't give her treats. I'll give her sardines and stuff, but I don't usually buy bacon bits and nothing like that. I'm not really keen with that stuff. There's so much junk in it. I'm watching that solar eclipse. Yes, yes, definitely. Hopefully, if the world don't end from here, World War III from here to Monday. uh, YouTube channel has a lot of interesting footage, many from yours. On Mm. Zach, I don't think that we will ever live in space like on Star Trek. We won't. The next couple of generations probably will. It's getting so much advanced. Um, it's incredible. 32 launches, and from the beginning of this year, January, February, March, April, it's been 32 launches. That's a lot. You remember back in the days with the Apollo missions, one every year, every other year, something like that. 32 launches in 3 months. That's a lot of rockets. I don't think that we will ever live in space like on Star Trek. Not us, but our pets have way too short years with us. But God made it that way. But so sad. But you know what? The day I pass away, who's gonna meet me at the gate? It's gonna be Foxy Lady. Yep. You know, yeah, she's the one that's gonna meet me. UFO satellites, etc. Only a few miles outside the direct path. Have you, Prairie Moon, Night Moon, have you seen it, the rocket at night? Trisha, yeah, I'm back. I lost the connection. Cold Noses and Birdie Gates. Yes. Okay, you haven't seen the rocket. Margaret Hughes. Yes, I believe we will have seen UFOs since the 60s. Okay, yes, I am looking forward to meeting my late pets. Yes. Me and CBK had a UFO experience in Foresight. When I first got Miss Gypsy, and when we were up in New Mexico and we came down to Foresight for the first time. That was for the first time that I stayed in Foresight, and me and CBK was outside. It must have been. It had just gotten dark, so I figured it was like about 9:30, probably close to 10 o'clock. And we were outside talking, and I so happened to look down the desert towards towards Quartzsite, towards Blythe, looking towards Blythe. Yes, and there was this big, huge triangular. It was lights. It was triangular, and you could see. Me and him just looked at each other. Is this real? And you could actually see the outline. You could see the lights and you could see the details of it. Was huge. Whatever it was huge, and you could see the wall. It was just, and we just stood there looking at each other like, is this real? And we must have been maybe about a minute looking at it. And and we looked at each other and said, well, if we talk about it, we can't say, we have proof, you know? And we we just was just puzzled with that. And it was just strange. And that's not wasn't my first. This is my second time seeing a UFO. There was another time in Jersey working in a hotel, and it was like It was a Saturday morning. It was about 8 o'clock, and it was slow. It was a summer was almost over, so it was slow. And I was in the office, and I felt funny, and I looked out the window, out the office glass window, and I thought it was a blimp. And I'm looking at it, and I said, "What is that?" And I go outside, and it's still there, and it's a UFO, and I could see every detail, and it's spinning in one spot. The top part of it was like aluminum or chrome, but that part was spinning. The bottom part of it wasn't, but the top part was spinning, and it was there. And I'm looking at it, so I run into the office, and I grab my camera. Back then, this was in 2009, 2010, so the cameras weren't that great. So I'm trying to focus in, and it's still up there, and I'm trying to focus in on it, and I'm catching it in the camera. But it's that you ever seen the videos when they and you can't keep it in focus? It was the same thing. I couldn't keep it in focus, and I couldn't keep it on the in the lens in the camera thing, and so I gave up on that. And I remember, and I remember there was a guest staying there that I knew, so I called his room and I told him, "Hey, can you come? Can you and your wife come out to the porch for a minute? And I need to ask you a question." So I hang up the phone, and when I look, it was gone. So they came out the porch, and I went to that, and they said, "What happened?" I said, "Man, I was about to ask you. It was a flying saucer, and I wanted to. I needed proof that I wasn't going crazy." And all of a sudden, his wife came out, and she said, "I saw it too, but I saw it a couple days ago, and I thought I was crazy." So now it was just whew, when it was just funny. But with the one with me and CBK, that was epic. That was epic. And Felix, the day in this side of the root system. What? Hey, Felix. Any day in this side of the root system is a good day. Nothing. Big dog. Hello. Hey, nothing. Glen Aquatics. Hey there, dude. Yo. A lot of sightings across Arizona. Yeah, there is a lot of sightings. A matter of fact, the ship that we saw was the same ship that were in the Phoenix Lights, was it? A while back? It was the same triangular spaceship. And if y'all ever see CVK, ask him. So you and I, yeah, we saw it. So that's proof. Uh, Night Moon. Oh, that's spooky. Yeah, it was spooky. But the funny, yeah, when you see it with someone, it doesn't get you as much because you both look at each other. Are we seeing what we seen? And you're like, But when you're by yourself and you see it, it's hard to talk about it because there's no proof. But when you see it with someone else, you got the proof. And if the person is not there, the CBK is not there, I tell them, well, when you see CBK, you ask him. He's gonna verify. He's gonna concur. So at least I had that. Always have a camera ready. Yeah. Now everything is improved. But back then, those 2010, those cameras weren't that great. Those stupid cell phones. But technology has changed in a short time. It's funny how how the phone evolved more faster than the TV. Hmm? Margaret Hughes. The last ones I saw were black triangular. There were 6 of them just hanging there in the sky. Yep, they don't move at night. They're just hanging there, about 50 feet above. Oh wow, 50 feet? Wow. No sound. Nope, no sound. Short of no sound at all. And you was Sam, and I was no. Yeah, no sound, but you could feel a hum. Cause that's what really, it's like a vibration hum or something like that. It's like a wave, like a radio wave you feel. And just looking at it, you could just feel that vibration, like that energy wave, or I don't know if they're reading your mind or telepathic, but it's whew. AZ Roadrunner. Yo, you look amazingly healthy. Thank you, thank you. I may look it, and I don't feel that. I still got my little aches and pains and stuff, but you know, the makeup does good. Wow, 50 feet above me. Wow, above me. No sound. Mm. David Hall. When I lived in Leesburg, I like these towns. Now we're getting good. Leesburg, Florida. I feel like Art Bell. Uh, we saw two night launches from NASA. Okay, that was incredible. It was incredible. We also did a tour of NASA and the old Apollo rocket. Were amazing. There's a museum up in New York. It's a space museum. The one up in New York. I don't know. I don't remember if it's in Brooklyn or Queens, but it wasn't a school trip. I must have been maybe second grade, maybe fourth grade, and we went to the space museum, and they had the big Apollo booster rockets, and those things were huge. And as a kid, whew, uh, do you think you would ever consider selling Foxy Lady? Selling Foxy Lady? No. Why is that, Roadrunner? Foxy is the old lady. She's 10 years old. Margaret Hughes. I was working for the MOD. Is MOD? Is it of defense? I was working for the MOD. What's the MOD? Ministry of Defense? Yes? Margaret? Arizona laughing, huh? Do you can tell UFO footage from viewers? A lot out there. Yeah, yeah. You know who's good? The third phase from the moon? That's also good too. What the fluff? I don't know if you ever seen that one. Third phase of the moon. He has a lot of good stuff on UFOs. Glen Aquatics. I've been seeing strange lights all my life. They always seem to be far away and never move. Just strange. Yeah, yeah. Josh. The one dog Luke is okay with. Hmm. He was there when you got here, when you got her, and he doesn't like small dogs at all. We won't talk about that, but yeah, Foxy and Luca. Luca is 11 now. Yeah. Saw UFO when I was a kid, early 1960s. Ooh. So were they in black and white? 1960s? Was that Corton in Cortoman 57? Margaret Hughes, no chance with Foxy Cell, Foxy Ministry of Defense. Oh, man. No chance with Cell, Foxy Ministry of Defense. Okay. If he sold Foxy, he'll probably want at least $25 for it. Mm-mm. Third phase from the moon. I watch that sometimes too. Yeah, Margaret, that's some good stuff. Yeah, crazy stuff. M M M M B B B B. Yeah. Man, yeah. Anybody seen Ghost? Their face. Oh, here we go. Tell me. I got a good story on the ghost. Hospital ghost. When I used to work in a hospital long time ago, and I had it was the first week, and and the employees there and stuff. They were talking about ghosts and stuff. And, well, anyway, it was my first Saturday working, and it was 6:30 in the morning, and in the basement of the hospital, that's where our office was. I used to work maintenance, and the supply rooms and stuff all down there. And I was with the handyman. It was only me and him, and we're in the basement. 6:30 in the morning, and so I needed some soap for my stuff, and so we go into the supply room, and I got a gallon with a funnel, and he has a 5 gallon bucket, and he's pouring the soap into my. I'm holding my gallon, and he's pouring the soap, and all of a sudden, someone came behind me. I had my brand new uniform, for work, maintenance uniform, and I had it all tucked in. I was looking good, and so they rub these two hands on my back. They pull my shirt out, and they pull my shirt, and they go like this to me. So I'm still holding the funnel in my gallon, and my buddy, my coworker, he's pouring the soap, but he's looking down. We both talking. So I go wepa, and I got my shirt over my head like this. So I get up, and I drop the thing. I get up, and I look around, and I tell my buddy, "Who lifted up my shirt?" And he says, "I don't know, no, it's only you and me here." And I turned real pale. What? He told me, "What's going on?" Because both hands they were freaking cold, and it just went up my back. It just went like that up my back, and it came down. It just pulled me. So I'm thinking it's a coworker. I'm a new guy, and they pranking me. But no, I ran around. I'm looking around, and there's nothing. It's only me and Oscar. And so anyway, I go home, and I tell my mother the situation, and I'm talking to the old guy, um with the old people, and I mention it, and my Spanish wasn't that great. All right, this is in Puerto Rico, and my mother tells me, whenever you get a chance and you're by yourself, grab a chair, sit down, and ask it what it wants, what it needs. Can I help you? So the week passed, and I had to work the next Saturday, and I was by myself. And so it was like 5 in the morning, and it was dark. And so I helped. I was. It was a small little hospital, in a small town, so it's closed. It's not a 24-hour hospital. Only the emergency room is 24 hours, but all the offices and clinics are closed. So I come in and open up the doors, unlock the chains and stuff. So I'm in the basement in the cellar, and I grab a chair, and it's real dark, and I sit down, and I ask, "Can I help you?" I don't know if it's female or male. So everything is quiet, and I sit down, and I'm shitting bricks. And so I talk, and I say, "Can I help you? Do you need help?" Um, and I asked question, and no answer. There was nothing, and I must have stayed there maybe 10 minutes. And so I went up, and I finished my day. Um, The following week, I was working the overnight shift, the afternoon shift, and after 5 o'clock, after 6 o'clock, all the offices and clinics and stuff are closed, and only the emergency room is open. And so all the top floors are closed. Everything's shut down. There's no access, only to the emergency room. And so I was mopping, and I must have been 20 feet away from the big main heavy doors in the emergency room, the big magnetic doors. And to go through those doors goes to the offices. Everything is closed, so nobody should be walking back there. Only me. So both doors are open and they close. Ba-dum, ba-dum. So I didn't see no one walk towards the door or come out. So I ran and I went around and I went to the clinics and I walked around the hallways and there's no one. I'm like, huh, funny. So I ain't paying no mind. So I finished my round in the emergency room, and so I tell the nurses that I'm gonna go upstairs to the waiting rooms to clean the hallways and stuff. And so I go upstairs, and so I'm sweeping and I turn on TV and I'm walking around, and so I'm mopping again, and I'm on the other side, and there's the bathrooms. Both doors opened and they closed, and I'm up there by myself, and it's dark. I ain't got no lights on. So I'm like, okay. So I ain't pay that no mind, and I'm a little scared. Mind you, I was like 28 years old. So now I'm in the main hallway by the elevators. There's no one supposed to be on these elevators because these elevators are from the clinics. And like I said, only the emergency room is open, and there's no elevators in the emergency room. But the emergency room is on the first floor. I'm on the third floor. And to get to those elevators, you got to go to the emergency room to go through the clinics to go into the elevators. Nobody's supposed to be there but me. So I'm by the elevators, and all of a sudden, bing, door open, closes, and the elevator, both elevators are on the third floor now. So they open, they close, and both of them go down to the first floor. So now I'm like, who? There's no way. So I run down the stairs, and I run all the way down to the first floor, and I walk around, and there's no one. So now I'm putting two and two together. I say, this place is haunted. They had told me start, and then with the experience with the shirt going over my that right there just. But after I spoke to it and I asked it if it needed help, can I help to look for the light? It never bothered me again. And I worked there 7 years, and it never bothered me again. So that's cool story. Okay, Margaret says, Road Runner Night Night, long time follower. Love you, bro. Godspeed. Love you too, Road Runner. Have a great night. Okay, Margaret, I'm a psychic. My dad came to see me in the morning he died. He was just as he was alive when he came. You know, I got another story for you. This was in the Bronx. We used to move a lot. And my mother got this apartment, and I had 3 sleeping rooms. I've always had my own room. And my room was in a long hallway, and that was the hallway to go in and out, and out the apartment. But my room was right next to the main, door. And then you walk down the hallway, you got the kitchen, the living room, and the other 2 rooms, and the bathroom. So when we went to see the apartment, I remember we were with Super and we went to see the apartment. And that room, something funny about that room, but it was calling. It took my attention, and I wanted that room. So when I go into the room to see it, we all go to. It's full of toys. A whole bunch of toys. They left the toys there. Whoever lived there left all these toys. They remember those old football games, big manage with the little man, a whole bunch of Monopoly games, a whole bunch of stuff. Well, anyway, my mother got the apartment, and it's funny. And there was this little boy that used to come play with me for I say about 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 days, and he came every afternoon. I didn't know. I thought he was a neighbor. He not, knocked on the door. My mother opened the door and let him in. I'm thinking that, and my mother, he comes, he shows up, and we become good friends. We talking, playing, and that was the first week. Then I ain't seen him for a couple of days. Then he shows up again. So then, like I said, I'm a kid. I don't know nothing. And then I was trying to figure out why I never seen this kid in school. And where I lived at, we all went to the same school. And I used to wonder, and I didn't know where this kid lived at. I know he lived in the building, I think, because he came to play with me. He played with me. And in school, I would search and search, and I didn't know his name either because he never mentioned his name. But he would just come and we would play for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and he would leave. And in school, I would search and search and trying to figure out. And I would ask my friends, and nobody knew what I was talking about. Even my mother. I asked my mother, "Ma, the boy," and my mother's what boy? And so it just disappeared out of my brain. And many, many moons, years later, then like one day I'm thinking about that, and I said, you know what? And I heard some other stories of similar situation with people, ghost stories, and I came to the conclusion that this boy that I was playing with for I don't know how long, it was a ghost. It was funny, 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 funny. Um, of course, hospitals are some of the most haunted places. Yes, they are. Um, on my kitchen table, out of nowhere, then I held it, and it comes to I will never forget it. It was pure love. What was it on my kitchen? Oh, and I found mm, morning. God, it was just amazing. Life became the golden light of pure love. It was amazing before it appeared. I found the past photo of me. Of course, my kitchen table. 7 a.m. We passed at 3 a.m. Okay. My mom also came on the night before her funeral. I always asked her if she would come back to see me when she died, and she did. Wow, that's nice. Some angels are not ghosts. No? Huh. Yeah. And that's always been in my mind with that boy. And the thing was, um, it was a Jewish boy, either Jewish or white, but I believe Jewish because there's a lot of Jewish people back in them days in the Bronx. And the building I lived in was nothing for Puerto Ricans and blacks. So I don't know. It had to be ghosts. It had to be. You know, what the fluff? When I was younger, we all have that sixth sense. I used to see um say dead people, huh? But not visually. I would see them in my head. I knew they were there, and but I would close my eyes and I would see them in my head, but I would not see them physically. But I knew it was there. That that scared the behemoth out of me. As you know, I'm 5, 6 years old. Um, for some reason, I blocked that because everybody has a sixth sense. Some people don't know they have it because it's blocked. I, for some reason, I don't know if it was because I was so scared. I'm a kid. I don't understand none of this stuff. It's terrifying. I blocked it, but once in a while, I'll tell you another ghost story of mine, and you're gonna forgot. Um, this was in Puerto Rico also. Um, my stepfather had a little, it was a small little one room bathroom shed, but it was made cinder blocks. And he told me if I wanted to fix it, I could fix it and live in it. So I fixed it, and I put there was a wall missing, so I put the ceiling and I fixed it. And I made the door and I fixed it and put the plumbing, water, and the electricity, and so I was in there maybe already staying maybe 3 months in there. I had just moved to Puerto Rico. So anyway, my stepfather's it was where we lived that everybody on that area was his family. So his brother lived in the bottom, his mother lived on the so it was brother and so on and so on. Well anyway, at nighttime in my bed, I'm sleeping with my head this way. I got my head towards the wall. Right next to my bed is the entrance to my bathroom. So I'm sleeping. I open my eyes, and with my eyes open, I could see someone standing on the other side of me, just looking down at me. It was an old person with a nice little dressy shirt, with his glasses. He had a lot of papers and pens and stuff. And and I could see him in my head. And he's just looking at me. And I'm looking at the wall, and I close my eyes, and I go, "Oh Lord, oh God, please," and I go and I fight, and I go back to sleep. So I ain't paying no mind. The next night was the same thing, and this must have been maybe close to 3 in the morning, maybe. I'm assuming more or less. I know it was late. I already slept a couple hours. You know, I must have slept at 9, 10 o'clock to go to work. Yeah, wake up at 5 in the morning. Well, anyway, I'm sleeping the same way towards the wall. I'm looking at the wall. I'm sleeping. I open my eyes, and I could feel a presence at the same spot. I close my eyes, and in my head, I could see that same person again. It was an old man, about 67, maybe. So it happened a few times. And one day, I wake up as usual, and I used to go drink coffee in my stepfather's brother's house because his wife used to make breakfast and stuff. So she used to always tell me to go drink coffee. So every morning I used to go down. So I go down there and I talk to my stepfather's brother, and I tell him when I come from work, I need to speak to you real seriously. So I go to work, come back, and I go speak to him, and I tell him for the past couple of nights I've been feeling a presence in my room, and I described the old man. So I described the person. I'm describing him to him. He's tall. He was real tall, white hair, had a lot of, like I said, glasses, the pens and papers, like lottery papers and stuff. And he got up and he left. My Spanish at that time wasn't that great, and I thought I said something wrong. He just got up and went to his room, and he left me in the living room. I'm like, wow, did I say something wrong? So he comes back and he has a picture frame. He has it like this, and he sits down in his recliner and he looks at me real seriously, and he turns the picture and he tell me, "Was it this?" It was the person that I was seeing at that where I was staying at was his. What happened with him was he got lost in the woods and they found him dead. But he was also like a loan shark in the community, so he's stealing out money and stuff. But they found him. He had all his money, all his stuff, He must have been walking in the woods, maybe drunk or something, and he must have had a heart attack. And when he showed me that picture, I froze, man. I got cold. I was like, oh my gosh. And you know, he never bothered me again after that. You see, it's funny. I got millions of stories. Oof. Yep, some are angels, not ghosts. Yeah. I believe that you are a medium. Maybe, maybe. But I blocked that because I'm chicken shit. But I like cemeteries and some weird stuff. Um, angels for sure. Yep. Yes, I believe that. I was 6 when I started to see things. Margaret. Okay. Uh, Melody. I get a very strong feeling about things, and I too have had experience with ghosts or angels several times. I also received messages from God, but the meaning isn't always clear. That's right. Some things related, something related happened. Always, huh? Isn't always clear. Sometimes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. We're scared sometimes of the unknown, you know. But I couldn't deal with that being a medium, seeing these things every day. No, hmm, no. It was like when I went through my cancer battle. When they did my biopsy, and they went in to they put that filter thing to stop the jaundice, whatever it's called. When I was yellow and peeing Coca-Cola and all that. Um, I went through some pain that uh, let me tell you something. Uh, After coming from surgery, from the biopsy and putting the filter, they couldn't give me anesthesia or any kind of stuff because they didn't have a record on me. And they wanted to find out if I was any allergic to anything. Remember, when I got sick, I didn't have no paramedical or a primary doctor, so they had no records on me. So they couldn't give me medication at that moment. So when I came out the operating, they took me up to the room. The pain that I endured, I even asked God to kill me. I was asking nurses, someone shoot me, someone kill me, and I was having a fight with evil and good at the same time because the devil was telling me, "Where's your God now? He's not here to save you. He's not here." And I was fighting him because he wanted me to curse God, to use God in vain, and I wouldn't give up. And I don't know if y'all remember the old man, I forgot his name, gosh, that passed away, that was hanging out with us with in Foresight. Oh my gosh, can't remember his name now. He had passed away in a couple months before I got sick. He had passed away. I think it was yeah, a couple months before I got sick. He had passed away, and he was the one. I looked to the side, and in the hospital room, I looked to the side. He was sitting on the chair with his hat. Remember that hat that I have that says "God is my boss"? Is my boss? I forgot his name. I can't remember his name. Damn chemo. Uh, he was sitting in the chair with his legs crossed. He looked at me and he told me to relax. Um, he said, "Relax. I'm here. Nothing's gonna." And when I looked at him, I felt at ease. The pain just kind of subsided, and I was like, and I just. And then about 20 minutes later, that's when the nurses and doctors came in with the medication and they pumped me up. But he was there spiritually looking at me, telling me to don't be scared, to relax. It's it was like if he was alive. It's, it's death is beautiful in a way because I remember before he left us, he was at peace, and when I got sick, I was at peace, whatever the outcome. So I wasn't scared, and I never thought about death because I knew the man upstairs had my back. So yeah. Elaine says, "Hi Felix, hey, good to see you." Maximus Kiowa, I pooped my pants. Yeah, I would too. It's nice to talk to other people who see things. My family thought I was a strange child. Yeah, yeah. That's why. That's why you don't speak on these things because you try to speak on it and they think you're weird unless someone went through what you went through or knows or similar. Then you're like, it's like cancer. When someone has cancer and they come to talk to you, oh, I went through this and I went through. You don't know because you ain't had cancer, so you feel sorry for the person, but you can't say I know where you're coming from. I've been there because you haven't had cancer. You can't, but you can be there and listen. But when you have cancer and you go through it, then you say, wow, now I know what those people were talking about. You know, like wow, I could. Now I know. Like wow, it's strange. Life's weird. uh, just before Melody, just before I started watching your live, I was watching Erica Murphy Ministries. She had a vision 4 weeks ago of a bridge collapsing in Maryland. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and that bridge that collapsed was in Maryland, right? Yeah. Ohio? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. That was strange, that bridge. I'm glad it happened at night because that would have been in the daytime, in the rush hour. Oh my gosh, it would have been a real disaster. Brooke says she watched it a couple days ago. I've heard something like that, and it must have been one of those Christian things or something. So, Michelle Collins, I live in Maryland. So that happened in Maryland, right? The bridge? I don't even remember. Hmm. Death is sad for the survivors because we will miss them. But for the person, it's a promotion. Get to break bread with Jesus. Yeah. There's nothing to be scared of death. I I could prove that. Mm. There's nothing to be scared of. Yeah. I was saved from the Birmingham, UK bombing by my angels in the settlements. Wow. Watching from Ruidoso, New Mexico. Ruidoso. Ruidoso. That's how you pronounce it? Ruidoso? Ruidoso? We will see our loved ones again. Oh, yes. Francis Scott Key Bridge at life. Yes. Yeah, we got to be more scared at life than death. Definitely. Many of the messages I receive are thoughts through animals. I don't know if any of you experienced those like these, but I think in nonsense I was really doing. They have seen this from about them. You know the birds. Birds have that uh angel song or something. If you really listen to the birds chirping, there's 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 words, there's messages. Yeah. Yeah. I was hearing a year ago in November, but your thoughts on this? I don't know if and Melody, you say the animals. Also the cats. Cats have a lot of spiritual stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. All right, guys. So I don't know. You want to stay on more or talk more ghost stuff? Russian blue cat. Hmm. Russian blue cat. Are they real furry cats? Trains. All right. We're talking about Glen Aquatics. Trains. Which one talk about trains? I don't know much about trains, but I'll tell you a little bit. Hmm. Stay. Okay, we stay. Yeah, a lot of interesting topics. Yeah. Trying to think of another story, another thing that's probably happened, things that I've forgotten, suddenly pop up. Mm. South Australia, down under, Ken K, South Australia. Oi, oi, mate. My buddy's wife is from Australia, and she speaks. I tell her I want to make a book about it, and I want you to narrate it because she she speaks, and you just if you get hypnotized because she sounds like a narrator from National Geographics, and then with that Australian accent, it's just like you can listen to her all day talking. She could talk about anything, and she makes it so interesting. The speech, the way it's just oh, she's so cool. Her name is Marilyn, Michael and Marilyn. I hope they're probably no, they're probably sleeping. My main animal messenger is the vulture. Vulture. Hmm. I study animal totems, all the totem things, a lot, and pay attention to what each animal stands for. Yeah, don't they have the vulture is the one that's all the way in the top? Usually, that's the one that has a little thing and big beak and stands like this. Usually, all the way in the top, and then there's either uh, uh, a wolf, um, wolf. What is that? Oh, deer, buffalo. I know they mean different things. I like the one with the. I don't know if that's a vulture. That's the one on top. You should do a live stream, see if you can others tell stories about campfire. Yeah, spooky stories though. Yeah, that little boy, man. That little boy never came back. That little boy, strange. And then it's funny. Um, we never that little boy spirit. We just played. Huh, I don't remember any contact. No, I don't think we had contact. No, no. I had my GI Joes and yeah. Well, it's funny things that happened 40 something years ago. When you think about it now, and you start analyzing how the hell do you play the spirit board? Life is. Whew. Um, we should do that. Guess around Halloween. Halloween stories. Yes, it's a vulture. Lots of people think it's an eagle. No, I know it's not an eagle. The vulture because it has that big beak. I believe. I've always thought of it of like a vulture because of the big beak. It had the big eyes and it had the big beak. I know the eagle, when they do it with the full wing span, and this is white. But the vulture has that big beak looking down, and short little things like this. You know what I'm talking about, Melody. Margaret Hughes, 77. God bless you. I wish I could make it there. I wish I can make it there. Let's see what happens. 70. My mom's is 76. The lady that owns this property here, her mother is 100 years old, and she was here when they came to show me the apartment and stuff. And me and that lady hit it off, and we walked around holding hands and talking. She's 100, and she's kinky. She's a nice lady. That's a blessing to make it 100. Whoever makes 100, that's a blessing. Uh, that's like a full life. That's like a fulfilled life to make it to 100. Anything after that, but that should be everybody's goal to make it to 100. That's a good life, as long as your bones and stuff don't work. I love your train videos, Felix. I worked as a tour guide in the Alaska River. Oh man, don't talk about Alaska. Oh, that's my dream for a season. It was so awesome. Very great artist with the train. Thank you. Melody, Alaska is going to be my next on the bucket list. When I first hit the road in 2014, um, I was going to head up to Anchorage. Mine, it was going to be a one-way trip because I only had funds to make it. I didn't have funds to make it back. And then I started doing more research on it. And I only had that, by that time, I had like 7,000 bucks in the bank. And I said, oh, I started doing research because I know um, that's a serious ride and get caught, you could lose your life, you get caught in some crazy stuff. So I started doing research on the trip and stuff. And so far, and like the estimate, you need like about good $15,000 in your bank account just to make that trip, just to have money because everything there is so expensive also. And my my I was depression. I was depressed. I was weighing 405 pounds. I was bulge of death. I was like, and I said, well, I'm going to Alaska. I'm going to Anchorage, one way trip. That was my mission. One way trip, and I was going to stay in Anchorage and figure it out from there. And but I never got to do it. But then I said, well, I found out you could take a ferry. And I said, damn, take the ferry from Washington, and I think it's a 7 day trip, and you don't need a passport because I ain't had a passport either. I ain't think of none of that stuff. It was just I just wanted to get out. You know, it just wanted to leave. I just wanted to disappear. And and I know said, well, if I go to uh uh if I take the ferry, I had my Shasta at that time, RV, and it was like I think it was like 1,200 bucks with the RV. It came up, no, it was like 1,500 bucks with a room for 7 days. The trip is like 7 days to from Seattle to I think Seattle to Anchorage. And I wasn't gonna come back. This was going and I didn't care if I died or whatever. I was just going, and whatever happened happened. And for some reason I didn't, and I decided to hit the road and head up down this way. Things changed for me. That was a dark time. That was a dark time, and that was all. I went to take care of my father, and one day found my father with a he had a brain tumor, and I went to Puerto Rico to take care of him, and I took care of him for 30 days, and he passed away in my hands. Um, I watched him take his five last breaths. He just passed away in my hands. And, it was like a spiritual moment. And my father was never there for me. He wasn't. I can't say. I say father because that's what he's stamped for. But he was never my father. In other words, he wasn't never. He wasn't there for me. He was never there for me. So, but I loved him anyway because he was my father. And but I accomplished my mission to bury my father, and I got to bury my father. He died in my hands. I watched him take his five last breaths. I felt the angels come down, take him away. Spiritual moment. When I got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, the first thing I asked the Lord was to please let me make this because no mother should bury their son. And as a son, I want to accomplish my mission in burying my parents. I already buried my father, and I want to be alive to bury my mother. After I bury my mother, if I'm going to go home, I'll go home. And Jesus granted me that wish. And I'm here now. And that's my mission. Yeah. But anyway, and Melody says, I love Alaska. I lived there for a few years. I can help you plan a trip. I have driven there from Tennessee. I lived in Sitka and Anchorage. And I've also been in the ferry from Anchorage to Washington in my van. Oh, okay. I'll have you in mind. I plan to move back in 2025. Okay. 2025 is not too far. I'm glad you stuck around. Thank you, Fluff. That's beautiful that you were there for me. Yeah, yeah. But um, when I was taking care of my father, he didn't know who was who. So it was always in my back of my mind. if he knew who I was, or he knew that I took care of him. But I didn't. He was in the deaf mode. You know, he, he wasn't talking. He had a little stroke. He would just look at me, but I would ask him if he knew who I was. He would just look at me. He wouldn't nod or nothing. So I don't know if he knew that I was there. I'll ask him when I see him when I go up there. uh, Josh, happened in Baltimore. Yeah, Francis Scott Bridge traveled across it regularly. Josh, did we cross that bridge? Or was it the Chesapeake Bay Bridge that we crossed, right? If that's Josh that I know, the Josh that I know. Plan to move back. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Margaret, you still there? Oh, okay. Just checking. Hey, Melody, um, on the totem poles, what's the meaning? What's the meaning with the vulture? Is it life or recycling? Life, recycle of life is the meaning of the vulture. Yeah, actually. Okay, thank you, Margaret. I think it is recycling. Yes, recycling of life. It's funny we see a vulture as disgusting, but it has a meaning. Okay, the vulture flew across the land and created the mountains and the rivers. Hmm, because it clears up the quantities. Okay, so it's a recycler. Created the mountains and the rivers. Vulture. Hmm. Now I'm curious. Hmm. Let's see something. Now I'm curious again. The meaning of vulture in Native American.
According to Medium, there are dozens of stories like this in Native American, Celtic, African, and Tibetan culture. Stories that praise the vulture as a beacon of spiritual renewal, cleansing, purification, and patience. In Cherokee, turkey vultures are called the peace eagle because they don't kill anything in order to live.
Hmm. Yep, the recycler. Oh, I love Indians, bro. I'm natives, man. They real spiritual, but they're so hard. They're so hard to befriend them. Man, they think everybody's the same. It's hard to be friends with them. I'm so curious with these natives, but man, they're not friendly. I tried, but will not be my want to be my friend, right? If you are ever lost and the vulture will lead you to safety, you ask because it knows the land. Yes, it does. And if I believe when it's spinning, and depending on what direction, there's something with it. I know there's something with it. I have had a dream. Yes, Margaret. Okay, I've had a dream. I was actually an eagle flying over the mountains. I call them scavenger eagles. It sounds much better. I for one, red-tailed hawk is my favorite bird. I'm not even native, bro. Huh? Red-tailed hawk is my favorite bird. I'm not even native. Red-tailed hawk. Mm. I've never seen a red-tailed hawk. I've seen other hawks. Georgia. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I've seen the red-tailed hawk in the zoo. That's much better. I had a dream. Calling scavenger. It sounds much better. Shut up. I think we come back to Earth many times. Oh yes, we do. I've always had this thing that I was a uh I forget uh oh I've always had this thing in the back of my head always that I was a pilgrim. That back in those pilgrim days, I've always had that feeling that I was there before. Don't know. I am part Cherokee and part Blackfoot. Oh man, I love these things. Part Irish, so I studied animal meanings and I heard many stories about them growing up. So I've always felt connected. I watched a hawk kill another bird in my backyard. It scared me. It happened so fast. I had one. I was feeding just. I was feeding. There were little chickens, little baby chickens, and there was a mother, and I was throwing corn. They must be a foot away from me. Oh, she must have maybe like that must have been maybe over 15 chicks, and I'm throwing the corn, and I wasn't looking up, and there was one of those hawks. This thing was huge, and it came down about 3 feet in front of me. It just came down out of nowhere. The wingspan on this thing must have been 4 feet, maybe on both. This thing was huge, and it came down and it grabbed maybe like three or four on each toe, and it just flew up. It just startled me. My corn flew up in the air. Chickens flew away. Oh man, it just caught me out there. But those things are huge. The chicken hawk. It was a chicken hawk, and that thing was huge. Part I wish y'all come. Glad to stop in. Good chat. I will listen now. Hmm. Thinking out loud. Hmm. I used to think owls were so cool, but then heard stories about them snatching and flying off with people's cats. Oh yeah, yeah. Especially at night, the owls come out at night. One time we caught one of them barn owls. Not that we caught it. It was it. Oh, It flew and it hit the steps in the building, and it couldn't. And I think it was I was a kid, and I think it was the neighbors that grabbed it and kept it in the bathroom because it was hurt, and kept it in their bathroom. And they must have kept it maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And this thing was huge and beautiful. It was white with it was white and gray because it was winter time, and it was beautiful, big eyes, and oh man, it would spin that head all the way around. It was beautiful, beautiful. They must have had it for like 2 weeks, and then they let it go. It got well, and they let it go. I used to think, mhm, what the fuck? It's in nature. Listen to these. Yeah, yeah. I'm always watching out. For where I'm at here, there's a whole bunch of coyotes. I'm always scared that one day they're gonna grab Foxy. But you know what? I lived for 5 years in Georgia, and coyotes and all that stuff, and snakes and stuff, and I never worried about it. She's been protected. You know, man. 29 people watching. Going down, going down. They want to still go, keep going? No. Any other stories? Any ghost stories? Any oh my gosh stories? Or you can make up a story. No. A I for you. Mm. Keep going. All right, Bonnie. Keep going. What time do I get up? I don't have no I get up at 5:30 because I got to get the boy up at 6 to go to school. But I don't sleep much. I sleep like if I go to sleep right now, I'll be up at 2 o'clock. Uh, and I'll try to go back and be up at 4. So I don't sleep like a full night like I used to a while back. I sure kind of miss that. I wish I could sleep like a 6 hour straight. And like when I was in the hospital, they pump you up with all kinds of vitamins and stuff, medication. You sleep 12 hours, you wake up feeling good. But I don't sleep well. Um, like I'm up now to like maybe 2 o'clock and 1:30. I go to sleep. 3:30, I'm up. Like, shit. And I try to go back to sleep and I can't. So I'll make some coffee. Yeah, coffee. I watch a video and stuff, and then when I do get sleepy, it's almost time to get up. I take the boy to school, get him up, do his breakfast and stuff. He goes to school, and then I forget that I haven't slept. And then I'm up all day. And then next thing you know, I'm like, shoot, time to slept. Like right now, I'm super tired, but I look tired, but I'm not. I can go lay down. mm, I won't go to sleep. Snakes are messengers too. They can warn you to slow down. Once I was driving on the Kirby Road and I saw a snake and I knew to slow down. As I went around the next curve, very slowly, there it was. You need CBD? Yeah, I do all that. CBD, medical marijuana. I haven't done it. I stopped. It's been like 3 weeks now because for a year and a half, I was constantly on because of the chemo and all the stuff that I was going through. So I was constantly, taking my medication. And so it's been like 3 weeks now that I haven't done nothing. I want to give it a break for a while. And the CBD gummy bears, they don't do nothing to me. I could eat the whole package. I don't. They don't do nothing. So um, yeah, those CBD things don't really do nothing for me. I probably got to eat 3 packs in order to do something. I lived in a very old house, and every year in October, I would be in bed and hear something dragging along the attic floor and dragging down stairs, bumping like a dead body. It happened every year. Wow. Was it only on Halloween, Margaret? I mean, October? Yeah, Halloween. I don't take medications, Fluff. Thank God I don't take medication. I don't have no high blood pressure. I don't, that's about it. No heart problems. Thank you, Lord. Uh, no, I have no high blood pressure and I don't take no medication. I don't have high cholesterol. Um, uh, I was border cholesterol, but it was due because of the chemo. And they were gonna put me on those statin shits, and I did some research, and a lot of people told me don't take it and stuff. So, and the doctor, these primary doctors, they are nothing but students, and I've been through like 6 primary doctors. So you can't really trust what they say, unless it's a real doctor. To me, but these primary doctors, they'll kill you, man. This guy wanted me to take these statins, and I'm like, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have no problem with that. And then I got a second opinion, and they told me because my uh, my chemo doctor told me because of doing the chemo it shows, but do not take the statins. He even told me don't even do it. So I'm blessed on that, on the no medications and stuff. So just the medical marijuana. Mm. Uh, I'm retired, so I just sleep and wake up when I want to. Yeah, I try to wake up, sleep when I want. Doesn't work anymore. It was scary, but I know so. Mm, I know so what it was. So. Yes, we did both. Chesapeake first, then. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So we did cross that bridge. Wow. I was looking, I was like, oh, no, we did cross that bridge. Not Halloween, but October. Mm, it is, but I updated the profile picture. It's not one. What Explorer? Oh, the Explorer. Mm. We don't get massive birds, crazy. We get hawks and kes- kestrels. I've heard of the name, kestrels. Are those small like finches? Kestrels? So Margaret, it was scary, but you never saw what it was. So, you know? Mm. Look at the picture. I have to check it out. Images of kestrel birds. Oh yeah, they look like a little finch. Yeah, can't see it. No, 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 no. Yeah, they're like a small little finch. Okay. cute little things. They prey on sparrows. Okay. Oh, more people coming in. Any other questions? I have sold my small RV and my large RV. I'm going to invest in a late model RV in the next 2 weeks. What a late model? What type of RV you gonna get? Nomadic? Man, I'm really glad I caught your live stream. I've been watching the videos for a while, but I caught a live stream until now. It's Melody. Glad you're here. Uh, uh, I've been trying to get to Arizona for a winter for over 4 years, but my cancer and other medical issues keep me here in Oregon, but not this coming winter. I hope so. I hope you make it, Nomadic Backpack. Damn, cancer. I hope you get better, you get well. Margaret, good morning, all. I'm going to have breakfast now. Oh, wow, lovely. Lovely to chat with you too, Margaret. I'll probably do another one soon, Margaret. You have a great breakfast and a great day. Pretty sure looking for a 2016 front garage toy hauler Outback. 2 slides. Man, the slides. Yeah, really think about that one. Felix prostate cancer. They removed my prostate, but I have not got my all clear yet. Oh, okay. Prostate. You'll be good. You'll come out of this. Prostate cancer. I'm looking for another van to travel and live in. I had to sell mine in 2020 and move into my sister's apartment. I miss living in the van. I could imagine so, Melody. Have you been checking Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for a van, Melody? You're welcome, Margaret. Have a good one. A good night. Yeah, I'm still scrambling for an RV too. We'll be back from the Philippines this month, but need to find an RV to know what city to fly into. Ah, life my way. I hope everything works out. I hope you find the RV, Billy. You know I don't comment rarely on videos, but I followed you, yours, and Kevin's story for a long time. High and low, thick and thin, through everything. Thank you, Nomadic Backpack, for being there all this time. Glen Aquatics. Glen Aquatics, see your You work in a pet shop or you sell aquatics, Glenn? You're welcome, Life My Way. Glenn's Aquatics. Are you into the sports, water sports? I want to save enough money to pay cash. Yes. And I've ordered a lot of stuff for the build when I get the van. Yeah, that's the thing. You sometimes you order so much stuff. Melody, sometimes you order stuff and when you come do the van build, some of the stuff you order you don't use. I've been through that. No, greeting enders at home. We chatted before. Oh, antlers. Oh, greeting fish. This chemo ahead of mine. We did I chatter with something? Well, chat about fish. But the Jack Dempsey's and I remember having a conversation with someone about fishes. I used to have fishes and I used to breed Jack Dempsey's and um 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 what's the other fish? Those neon fish and my grandmother. We want to be in an RV, but we already purchased a commuter van. We pulled it without convenience. One, two, Chevy duty van. It came from care home, moves, everything. A Chevy duty van. Ooh, it's a good one. On a care home, so that must have been it must have been taken well care of. Must low mileage on that thing there. Rat pack to do the builder. Soon. Okay. Good evening. From Washington State. Washington Prep, I believe. Good evening. Is it evening on there? Big dog in the house. Yo, back roads, nomad. What's up, buddy? It's okay, Rat Pack. Sometimes I'm illiterate too, and I don't have the autocorrection. 115K. 2008 Chevy 6.0. Okay. Yes. Okay. That's a good one. Back road. Now, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Give me a second. I'll be back. Keep on chatting. Don't go away. I'll be back. It's okay. Relax. Yeah. I'm back. Sorry. Okay. Washington Prepper. It's 12. It's 1 o'clock. Okay, it's same time as here. It's like the Jamaicans. When you call a Jamaican, they'll go, uh, good evening, good night. And then you're like, okay, what's going on here? I don't know if you're ever speaking to a Jamaican on a real Jamaican on the phone. That's how they answer the phone. Good evening, good night. Josh, how about that cave we went in 2016? Remember that road that went in circles up to the top of the mountain? I think it was in Arizona or New Mexico that I drive up. That was Dome Rock, wasn't it, Josh? Wasn't that in Quartzsite? Oh, sweet little Foxy, you hear her, yes? She'll have the little cough and then it'll stop. It kills me. But she has good days and she got bad days. Back rows, no. Oh, how's the trains running? They're running. They're running good. I had a couple derailments here and there. No, no injuries. My hobos still were inside the boxes. I got some little Budweiser signs I gotta put up in the buildings. Stickers. Hey Josh, wasn't that Stone Rock where you went up with the van? Washington. It was 82 here today in the desert of Washington. 82. I think it was about the same here, maybe. Yeah, I think it was about the same here. Short. 28 watching, 29 here with me. About 29. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Back roads, the trains are running good. They just had a couple of derailments and stuff, but everything is good on the railroad. Rap Pack says, Felix, if you wanted a winter home in Arizona, what area would you recommend for buying lot? To an acre or two for an RV? I have done a lot of research online, but I'm really not sure. I'm not sure either. Um, uh, People usually look up in Concho, Snowflake, or or in Sholo. But depending on what type of off, if you're looking like off-grid stuff, every county has a different rule. Um, some are more lenient than others. So I'm not really into the property stuff, so I can't really answer that question. But what I know is that usually a lot of people like going up that way, Snowflake, Sholo, Concho, and other places close by in that area. I'm not really into that uh, property stuff. No. Late night chit chat in the doghouse. Yeah. Tri Cities. I've been looking in Midview, Golden Valley, and as low as Yuma. Mm. Golden Valley, huh? Maybe. Mm. I I don't. I really Yuma. Hmm, hmm. I've only been here in Arizona for 2 years, and a couple months in Concho, and then the year and a half here since my sickness. So, you know, I have an Oregon place in the high mountain desert, just a little acre with a trailer on it, and about 5,000 feet. It's a great summer home in Oregon, but the winters are brutal. I can imagine the winters there are brutal. Oregon. Isn't Oregon real haunted? There are a lot of ghost stories in Oregon. They say it's important in Oregon. It's real haunted there. I remember when you rented that place. I really liked it. I'm trying to find what is this? Awesome. This is really good. Yeah. Look, the place that I rented when I got sick, I'm still here. Um, here in Phoenix, where I live at, where I'm staying at. I'm still in that uh place that you say you remember that I rented. Yeah, I'm still here. If this what you're talking about. Where I live, it's pretty very haunted. The entire town. We have discussions over that stuff at cafes, having burgers with the owners of the cafe. I heard a lot of good stories from Portland. And the thing, what's funny about it, that it's neighborhoods, and the neighborhood sees the same ghosts. Like everybody sees the same ghost, knows of all things going on. It's not a lot of good stories come out of Portland. These ghost stuff. I mean, sharing the private. Okay. Really very hard. The entire time we have discussions over that stuff. Yeah. Yes, Kendrick was recently visiting you there, I believe. Yeah, yeah, I'm still here, Rat Pack. I've been here now, uh, a year and a half. On September of, yeah, year and a half. This was God sent this karma because I couldn't, do my recovery in Mardi. It was not sanitary to do a recovery, especially the type of surgery I had. I need something paste cleaned and stuff. But I like it here. Since I'm not traveling, I'm gonna stay here. Um, when I left to Puerto Rico to visit my mom's after I got cleared and all that, my intention was to come back, pack up, and break out. But the situation with my nephew, so I said, okay, now I'm here. Now I'm stuck here. I'm not complaining. I like it here. It's just too hot. The summer is just too incredible. We're gonna very hard discussion. Yeah, what we like. What? Yeah, what we like. Color poltergeist in our house. We all see little shadows that are less than 3 foot tall out of the corners of our eyes. In the room. Yeah, yeah, that's. I think that's everywhere. You see those little shadow people. See in the corner. We hear footsteps going through the house. They hit pressure points in the squeaky floor going through the kitchen. Woo! When we hear this, we get up and check the entire house. Windows are locked, doors are locked, and we all alone. But somebody's walking to the house. I wouldn't even get up. I'll get a dog and let the dog do that for me. Look up ghost stories into online for any area. Cool stuff. Yeah. Do those little chihuahuas do the barking for you and they let you know when them ghosts are walking around? Well, I wouldn't get up to check nothing. I'll open the door and let the dogs out. They have you have cameras. Okay. Have you seen anything in the cameras? I have another story with an angel um, caught in camera. Um, it's also in the hospital. I was working security. I was in charge of the baby ward. So you couldn't take it back. When I was working, there was a lot of they were kidnapping babies from hospitals. This was back like in 2007. No, 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 no. Yeah, 2008, 2009. Before I came back to the States, I was living also in Puerto Rico, and I was watching the cameras and the employee area, you have the entrance in and out where everybody punches and stuff, so you see who comes in and out. And this was like about maybe 2, 3 in the morning, and uh, uh, a patient had passed away, and I didn't know about the patient, but after the investigation, anyway, we were looking at the camera, and all of a sudden, orb came to the door to the employee entrance, and it roamed. We're watching the cameras, and it roamed down the hallway and it turned down the hallway and it was about to go through the doors and all of a sudden it was like wings came out and it went through the transparent through the door. Well, anyway, we had it on film. We rewinded and we couldn't believe it. So we called in the nurses and stuff, and so they could they could see what we saw, and so one of the nurses, one of the supervisors came up. What time was that? I think it was like 2:36 in the morning. See, a patient had just died at that moment, so it must have been the angel of death coming to pick up the spirit or something, some angel. But that was bugged out. Yeah, okay. Nomadic laughing, new envy is Virginia, North Virginia. It's a nice place to be in the winter. I lived in the van there in the winter and in Flagstaff in the summer. Yeah, yeah. Orbs in the cameras. And what we have, what we had others. Orbs in the cameras. We had other experiences. Ah, orbs in the camera. Okay. Man, thank you. I look up rules and I look for little money. Man, yeah. Yeah, class act, my friend. Who? Who's the class act? Me or your friend? Back roads? That's an awesome story. Yeah. I love my father. It's like to take care of me. He saw a lot of orbs in his room, and I saw his orb beneath his body during his passing. You know, my when my father passed away in my arms, I didn't see an orb, but I felt the presence of angels. I could felt when he took his last breath that he just did, and he inhaled. Um, I felt something come down from the ceiling. It wasn't scary or not. It was just spiritual moment. And I must have been in some kind of trance for like about I say about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Just that I felt like if I was in a cocoon, like in a spiritual box, and I was just in the way of them working their magic and taking the spirit up. I was just in the way at that moment. So it was and everything was quiet. I didn't hear nothing, like no noise, no air, like like time stopped at those 2 minutes. And as soon as I felt that he wasn't there no more spiritually, I just looked around. First thing I did was call the nurse so they could bring the nurse so they could verify that he passed away before the people from the morgue came and stuff. It was real spiritual. There's some real stuff. Shelly Hertberg. Hey Felix, see you have been on a while. Just now seeing it. But hello. Hello, Shelly. I will call I will call paranormal investigation. Hope those shadow entities are friendly. Hope so too. Back on you it is a number one, 100% class act, my friend. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Backroach. Nomadic Rat Pad. Felix, let me be clear. I did not physically see his orb with my eyes, but it did show up in the cameras, right? Mm-hmm. And I viewed the footage later. He had dementia, and we kept cameras in for yeah. With my father, I didn't see the orbs. I felt it. I felt the presence, and I felt them come down from the ceiling, whatever it was. Picked them up and took them. It went through me. I felt the presence. I was in the way because I was over my father. I was holding him, and I was feeling him get cold, from warm, cold, cold to frozen. When I felt them frozen, is when I felt something go through me that was picking them up. That's what I felt. Spiritual moment. So they're ready. Once you pass, they're there. They're coming down. They get me. Now, if you feel them going down, now you're going somewhere else. It start getting hot in that room. You know there's something else going on. You got to get out of there. uh, let's see. Okay. It's a surreal and spiritual experience to be in that presence of orbs. Yes. We have determined that entities are not here to harm us. They do make a lot of noise sometimes, and Father's last day, and so one and give it a hug, and it pleased it. Yeah, some of them are mischief. I think if I'm an orb, when I pass away and I become an orb or something, I'm gonna be a mystic orb. I'm gonna pull your pinky or something. And if CBK is still alive, I'm gonna hunt him. Do you have any kids? No, I don't have kids. We have an old saying in Puerto Rico: God didn't give me kids, but the devil gave me nephews. So it's nothing bad. The next day, I asked my father to draw me a picture of the creature. I still have that picture. Uh, I, I agree, Felix. 100%. You and that thing. No, okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, I'm talking about the little 3.5 foot creatures that are shadow things that run around our house. That's what my father gave to her too. Those are probably little gremlins. As any time apparently you could see them. Probably little gremlins. They don't mean harm. Don't forget to. Thank you. Thank Nomad. Show me some live. What the fluff, my pleasure. I don't know what to talk about this because most people wouldn't believe it. But everybody that in my house more than a few days experience. They look exactly a little gremlin. Yeah, that's what they are. The little mischief little things. When I when when my time comes, I'm gonna I I picture that my little spirituals, be little gremlins, and I'm a clown. I mess with everybody. I make fun of everybody, and those little gremlins are gonna get paid back. So yeah, those are little gremlins. Yeah, that's what they are, little gremlins. That's what I believe. I could see them in my head, but I never seen them in my. Like I say, I see things in my head sometimes, but I never seen one visually. But I know they're little gremlins, little mischief little things, and that's usually when you're a person that's liked and you've been a mischief and those are sometimes when people say I'm gonna get you someday. I hope if I die and you're still alive, I hope the little things get you. And those are what they are. Little things that people hope. "Oh, I hope they get you. And that's what they are. Just little gremlins. Don't feed the gremlins. Don't put water on them. You don't want them to multiply. Magwai. Magwai. Ah, yeah, Magwai. I knew it was Gremlins. Magwai. That's an old movie. Huh? How old is that movie? Gremlins. Like 40 years old? I think I'm 56 now. I think I was 14 maybe when that Gremlins came out. Well, when did Gremlins come out? 83, 82? Minions. Uh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's supposed to be. But if they ask, I will give them food. Feed the Maguire. They turn into gremlins. Yeah. Not feed the gremlins after midnight. Don't let them get water. Yeah, don't let them get water. Now minions. I think minions are kind of bad. Minions are If we did a lot of bad things, minions are the ones that go after you. Yeah. Hey, Melody, did you go to sleep? Yeah. Minions. Gremlins. 84. Okay, I was close. Wow, 84. I was yeah, I was 12 years old. 12, 12. Yeah, 4. I was going on 15. Yeah, 15. 14, 15, something like that. I was in junior high school there. Yeah. Wow. Time flies. Speaking of minions, I am going to paint my propane tank on the front of my trailer like a couple of minions. Okay. Nope. Okay, Melody, still there. You wasn't slumping to the slide sleeping? Like you were slumping, the thing was coming down? No? Okay. Those were the days. They sure were. Those, nope. Not gonna rock. This was something we paid to take a tour of. Was it the caves? The uh um Casper cabins, the cabins, Carlsbad cabins, wasn't it? Josh? Yeah, Rat Pack. I was born in '68, January 1st, 1968. Josh, I think it was Carlsbad cabins. It was you, me, and Andy, wasn't it? It's almost 4:30 a.m., but I'm in a writer rarely sleep. Oh, I get those two. Writer rarely sleep. Yeah, writers rarely sleep. Well, she got 4:30. Melody has 4:30, so she's up in the East Coast. Yes. Yeah. It's 1:23 here. Yeah, she's up in the East Coast. She's probably up in South Carolina somewhere up that way. Yes, Melody? Ohio? Uh-oh, started the yawning. Yep. Drove the Explorer all the way to the top, and you and Luke got out. Oh, that was Don't Rock, Josh, where I got stuck at the first time in Courtside, where I broke down and we had to bring down the gas tank, change the gas tank in the middle of the desert. Remember that, Josh? Up in the on Don't Rock, when you go up to the hill, there's a cave there. Cave Winds or something. Hmm. Oh, she's in Tennessee near the Smoky Mountains. Yeah. Knoxville. I might be close by in Tennessee in the summer if my nephew goes up to his mom's way up in Reno. I got my some friends up in Tennessee. Uh, I might shoot up that way sometime in May. Cave of the Winds in Colorado. I heard of that place. That is the gas tank goes back in the van. The gas tank was that back in the van before the Class A. Gas tank. Which gas tank? What's that Rat Pack gas tank back in the van before the Class A? 330 West Tennessee. Uh, Colorado. Cave of the Winds. The only place I've been in Colorado was in Goodyear when we went to pick up me and Kevin went to pick up Miss Gypsy when he bought not Miss Gypsy, the Bigfoot up in Trinidad. Was it Trinidad? No, it was Goodyear where we went to. Then the second time I went to Colorado was in Trinidad. Went on a medication run. Sheila Herbert between Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee. You say you had to drop your gas tank in the desert. Oh yes, I had broken down in Quartzsite when I in up in Dome Rock. That's the name for that area there. I can't remember the name. Um, I had broken down there, and we thought it was the gas pump from the tank, and me, Josh, and Luke in the desert, we had to lower the gas tank from a Class B RV, and that gas tank was full. I had just filled up, and that thing must have had like 80 gallons maybe. But me and Luke were big guys, and me and Luke and Josh, he's skinny, so me and Luke had to hustle that tank down, and Josh skinny, so he had to climb in and wiggle his way in there. We got it, but we never got to get it on. You say you had to drop your gas tank in the desert, yeah. Right back in the valley. That was when I had the Shasta Rat Pack. When I had the Shasta Class B. Yeah. There's a curvy mountain road that goes to Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. I went there to see the bats fly. Yeah, I went to Carlsbad Caverns, and we went down the cave, and let me tell you something. That must have been more than 5 hours going down and up. Uh, yeah, that was that was uh it was beautiful, but oh man, when you go down the Carlsbad Cabin, that's all going down. So down and all the way. I don't know how far. I think it's like 3 miles down or something like that. There's a bathroom rest area elevators, and the elevators weren't working. So if you went down, you had to go back up. Oh, that took forever. Then the next day I woke up, all my toes, all my tips were just hurting. I could, oh, because you're walking down all the time. Then coming back up. Oh, that was bad. But that was beautiful. And we went to see the bats. There must have been like millions and millions coming out that cave. Many, that does sound like, yeah. Yeah, that Carlsbad Cabin, if you have a problem, like say you're down there and you have a stroke or something medical, there's no, if those elevators ain't working, man, it's gonna take them good 4 hours before they even reach you down there. They gotta go carry that stretcher through all the, oh, that's not easy. You really gotta think of it. If you're not in good health, and those elevators ain't working, I wouldn't recommend going to Carlsbad. It took me, I think, over 6 hours going down and up, and I was exhausted. Whew. But beautiful, beautiful experience. And one of the videos that I did with Carlsbad Cameron, I caught a ghost. It's a girl with two kids, and they're dressed like pilgrims. Um, and it's in one of the videos that I made. uh, Prairie Night Moon, Austin, Texas, has the Congress Bridge bats everywhere every evening. I've heard of that in Austin and some other places in Texas about those those bats. Oh, sorry. We're on the Highway 97 in a little town called Chemok. No, Chemok, or is that a native area? In Oregon, the high mountain deserts. We have a lot of YouTube friends stop by here. Some of them stay for up to a week. It's in the national forest. You know where I want to go? I want to go up to the I want to see the redwoods. So if my nephew's mom decides to take him for the summer, uh, since she lives up in Reno, I might shoot up to the redwoods. That must be a sight to see there. We have some great caves around here that are pretty. Let's see, really cool boat ride inside of the caves. Wow, boat ride. The redwoods should be a bucket list, yeah, for everybody. And I think it was quite an experience when I went. Yeah, redwoods. Yeah, I want to see the redwoods and what else? I'm not Disneyland and all that stuff. I don't do all this stuff. But the redwood, and I would like to go up to Olympia, Washington, or around those places, those beautiful places where nomadic fanatic camps. But that's too much. Whew, too much travel there. Just Reno alone from here, from where I'm at to Reno, it's like 12 hours. Yellowstone, Yellowstone, I will go there in the wintertime when there's no one. Because I've heard some horror stories trying to get in there in the season. I got friends that went, and it was so packed that they couldn't. They never made it. They had to turn around, and uh, and then they went in while it was winter, and they said they had a ball. Everything, there's no people, and you get to camp out, whatever you do in Yellowstone. but it doesn't really call Yellowstone doesn't really call my name. Melody says she took him out to the redwoods. Really cool and amazing. Sequoias were really cool too. Yes, so it was. It was there for 5 days and I unlocked it. Doesn't cause from first locking the keys in the my locksmith key. It was fun, yeah. Places like that require a lot of pre-planning. Yeah, yeah. A family from Germany has pictures of me unlocking their cars on. Yeah, yeah. That's a good place to go, and like if you're a traveler and you're down, need some quick cash. If you have a tow truck lock opening devices and stuff, you make some good money real quick opening people's cars because, like you say, people leave their keys and stuff. It's so busy there. Sorry, car Texas is supposed to be doesn't cars, but it said doesn't. Good night, Zach. Family from there. Yeah, yeah. One of those people. I didn't change anybody anything for unlocking the car. Just wanted them to have the verification. Understood. But I'm saying just in case of an emergency, and if you have that kit and things happen, you're riding around and so happen to bump into someone that's looking for someone to open their car, and they offer you money, and you need money, quick buck. Just saying. Randall Fraley. Hey Felix, this is Randy in the Chattanooga, Tennessee. Love you, channel. Mostly a big fan of Sweet King. Hope you and Foxy Lady are well. God bless. Randall, I'm doing well. Thank you, sir. Chattanooga, Tennessee. How's the weather up there? Is it cold up in Tennessee? No, it should not be that cold. Probably Chattanooga up in the mountains, yeah. That's something of the money I would take it. But I usually say no. Yeah, I do the same thing. What the love? That's called Walnut Canyon. I've heard of that Walnut Canyon. And it's a really good place. I could feel something very spiritual there. That place gives me the chills every time I go. Walnut Canyon. I'm gonna check that. I've heard some stories there. But you know that I'm gonna be the one that's gonna fist bump, fist bump Bigfoot because when I go hit those woods up in Oregon, those redwoods, and I do some Puerto Rican cooking, and that Bigfoot smells me cooking, he's gonna come investigate. When I open that door, he's gonna fist bump, Sissy, and we're gonna eat together. I'm gonna have my first photo of Bigfoot. That's all he's waiting for. Cause trust me, when I'm camping and I cook, people that are not Bigfoots, they're around my RV trying to figure out what I'm cooking. There's a place in the Flagstaff where I wanna camp. Yeah. I remember visiting Redwoods as a kid. Now, 50 years later, I want to visit again. The trees are almost spiritual. I want to show my wife. Yeah, Glenn. Yeah, that's gonna be in my bucket list. The redwoods. I broke down on my way to camping one time. Things didn't feel right. The forest was making funny noises. I locked myself in my vehicle till help arrived, and I'm a grown adult. It's not often I feel that. Let me tell you something. Remember that video I made when I went camping up in Pine Top? It was just me and Five when I bought that new tent, and all those coyotes started coming down at night. I was shitting bricks. Let me tell you something. I was sleeping close to the tent wall. I moved in the middle. I want to make sure nothing touched me, and I turned on the radio because I couldn't. There must have been 12 different, probably I'm guessing 12, 10 different packs of coyotes from every part of that forest, and it was like maybe 11:30 at night, maybe midnight, and that was the first time I ever camped out by myself in a tent in the woods, and I was me and Foxy, and I was scared, you know, but your imagination runs wild, and I was 55, shit bricks. um, it was more like something in the forest was making noise I never heard, and I've been in the forest most of my life. Just make sure squash doesn't knock you down and keep the camera on you. Well, I have proof. I was knocked down by a sandstorm. Glenn's Aquatic. Let's see. Uh, uh, Randolph Water. Getting warmer. Had a lot of snow and ice in January. It's 57 degrees right now. Yeah, about 57 here now too. It's 59 degrees here now. Um, backpack. What the? Felt like it was a squatch or an alien, and there was a strange feeling in the air, and it wasn't the only one that felt it. Was with others, and all of us felt it. Yeah, yeah. When everybody feels something, the same vibe, there's something going on. Oh, it could have been a skinwalker. You never know. We had a very late winter. Or a dog man. so many, so many different things. Chupacabra. We had a very late winter this year with less than 3 feet. Oh, 3 feet of snow. We usually get 5 or more. A sucky winter then, huh? Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh, I started the yard. Ah, yeah, you forgot. Ah, Mothman. Yeah. You know, out of all those things, I don't know. Mothman sounds so fairy tale to me. Yeah, Mothman. It sounds more like a thing they made up for kids so they could go to sleep. Like when I was a kid, my mother used to tell me, "Go to sleep, okay? A cuco will get you." And the cuco was cuco was whatever it was. We were scared when they mentioned cuco. Hey, the cuco's gonna get you. We were in bed. So I think Mothman is about similar thing. Go to sleep, or the Mothman is gonna get you. Almost all the snow. Stay outside. This could be a Nephilim. The Nephilim. A Nephilim. A Nephilim is let me see. I remember what was that. Is that the one that takes shapes? That it'll take a shape like a relative or something and try to lure you in. Is that the Nephilim? Or is little rainstorm inside? Chattanooga. Did your mother? Huh? Did your mother tease you with a La Llorona? No, that's Mexican. La Llorona is Mexican stuff. The Llorona. There was a Llorona. Well, I think there's a Llorona in every Latin culture. Because I think in Puerto Rico, in Corozal, there's a story about the Llorona, but she cries. That's the spirit that cries. Llorona means crying, and there was this thing in Corozal, little town, and they used to call the Llorona, but you only heard it when you crossed the bridge if you was on foot. Folklore, but usually La Llorona is more Mexican. But when I was a kid, it was the Cuco. The Cuco's gonna get Cuco, Cuco. And Cuco is a black figure. It's just a black figure. It usually hides in the closets. So, so you're like if you was at the man you want to go see in the school night, your mother will come in, hey, the Cuco, and she'll open the closet and you put the covers over your head and you falling asleep. Let me tell you something. She'll leave that closet open and you're not getting up to close that closet. Not, no matter how much you try to send your sister or there ain't nobody, none of the kids are getting up to close that closet. So that was the way they used to put us to sleep. The cuco. Papa, what? Papa Legba? Never heard of that one. Papa Legba. Papa Legba? There's a couple of great Mothman movies. He tried to warn the town about. I think I seen that one. Bridge collapse in the town that you were seeing. Yeah, there is a couple of great Mothman movies. But you don't know if the Mothman is good or he's just like he'll warn you. So that's why I don't really Mothman doesn't to me is more of a fairy tale than Mothman. Like they used to do with me with the Kuko. But I think the Mothman is I don't think he's evil. He's mischief. He warns people. And if you don't take his warning, then he does something, I think. What I've heard. And the dog man, yeah, he has the dog man. And, there's just so many. So every forest, every town is a uh, different folklore. It's fun. Mothman, Dogman, it's fun. Every forest has a story. Yeah. Remember when the see? I can imagine now the kids back like 2000 and now. So their thing is the chupacabra. It's like Mothman, chupacabra. But nobody really has proof on that chupacabra. Yeah. Papa Legba. Who's Papa Legba? Rat Pack? Papa Legba? Is that a Indian one? Like, by the way, we have strange vortex up here in Oregon. Yeah, heard of that too. I have been right. Besides one during the full moon. It was strange. There's a whole story about the one. Yeah, vortexes. Papa Legba is something from Cajun mythology. Papa Legba, isn't that Louisiana up that way? Papa Legba and like I say, every place has a different um yeah mythology. So Cajun, yeah, Papa Legba from Louisiana, yeah, I believe so, yeah. Yep, yeah, there you go, Louisiana Voodoo Witch, Louisiana Voodoo Witch Doctor, and that's the one. They got the other witch from that cemetery. She's supposed to roam that cemetery. She was real big time witch lady. Everybody uh, used to look for her for guidance and stuff. She was real popular. Ah, Melody. My sister and I found some Bigfoot tracks in the woods in our community. They were way too big to be a bear, and it would have to have been walking on his back legs. I have pictures. Wow, that's cool. You got pictures. Nephilims are the fallen ones, the watchers. They're like shadow people, the watchers. Mm, yeah, fallen ones. Maybe some of those footprints are used in different museums. My mom heard right. The Highway 26, these things are known from all across the nation. Incredible. Cajun country is deep South Louisiana. Oh yeah. I went to Louisiana to visit a subscriber, and he lived way up in there. I don't remember the name. And this is swampy. And I went to visit them, and all these young kids, all AR-15s. Look what I bought for this. Look extensions, and they look like Legos. They have so much junk on them, and they driving around these things in the AR-15s in their cars like nothing. Like if it's legal or something. I'm like, okay. I was gonna stay there a couple of days. I was like, next day I had to make an excuse. Hey, I gotta leave. That was when I was coming to see Kevin when I left Georgia. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm the only Puerto Rican in the area. Everybody's redneck. I'm like, okay, I am out of here. So I think I slept there one night and I didn't sleep nothing. Just cars up and down, and I just didn't feel comfortable. And yeah, the next morning I was out. I told the guy, yeah, I gotta leave. I go see Kelly. I had to make an excuse. But that was the most deepest South. I mean, not South, deepest. Uh, yeah, Louisiana stuff. Besides Georgia, when I was driving a tow truck, I went to some places. If it wasn't for Foxy, let me tell you something. I went to some places where as soon as I drove in, I'm going, you got to go through the woods, go into this property to pick up the car. You know, 'cause I'm picking up cars that people have been involved in accidents, and they get the car stowed to their houses, and then the inspectors come, the insurance people come, and they inspect the vehicle. They check, then they call us, and we go pick it up. So sometimes we used to go, I used to go to these places up in the mountain, up in Chattanooga, way, and and like I say, once I go through that part, there's no signal, and you're going through the property, it's all dirt road, and then you start seeing cars and cars and cars. Okay, I know I'm close to someone's house, and you get to the house, and they got the group outside working on cars or whatever. You're always working on cars. And they all stop and they looking at you, and I'm coming down, and it's when they figure out, oh, it's a Latino. But then I got Foxy in the window, and then drive in, and I come out normal, New York. I don't care what color you are, to me. And I come out goofing the way I am, and Foxy's and barking, and he said, "What kind of dog is that?" That's a Pomeranian. Oh, she's cute. And how many friends already? So pick up the car, and next thing you know, I'm out of there. But I've been to some sketchy places up in Chattanooga up that way. Whew. But Foxy saved my butt. I met Turtle Man. Turtle Man. Is that the Turtle Man? Is that the guy that used to hunt the turtles? Showed him a picture and he said they were like Bigfoot tracks to him too. Turtle Man, yeah. I wonder what happened to him. When the good old boys start keeping assault rifles and guns in their passenger seats instead of their girlfriends, I tend to avoid those areas. But I'm like, yeah, Rat Pack, yeah. Cage Country, the big famous has a footprint that has nothing matches. There is one loan for your area and one necessity piece. So the matches is a footprint. Well, remembered who Turner Man was. I remember watching his videos now. He used to dive in the water and grab those turtles. Is that the Turtle Man? That was way back. I wonder whatever happened to him. Yeah, live action Turtle Man. Yeah, he comes here at least once a month to Pigeon Forge. Oh, Pigeon Forge. Turtle Man. Oh, that was what, early 2000s? I mean, not early 2000s. 2009, 2010, something like that. 2013. Wow. I only got to see a couple of episodes of that turtle guy. Yeah, yeah. Instead of girlfriends in the seat. Yeah. Always carry a foxy with you when you go into Cajun country. They like dogs. Ooh, it's gonna be 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It was great talking and chatting. This year, when I get down to your area, I will hope to try to meet up with you. Maybe have lunch or something. That being said, you do have Facebook. Or anyway, contact me. I do have Facebook, and in my big dog thing, there's my email and stuff. Yeah, anytime y'all come down, let me know, man. I'm always available to meet people. You know me. So Rat Pack, yeah, if you're ever down here, let me know. I have a video on my channel of meeting Turtle Man. He acts the same in person. Yee yee yee. Live action. That's what he says. Yeah. Um. Uh. Look up Felix Vasquez. Uh. You'll see me. I have Foxy in the background. There's gonna be a lot of Felix Vasquez on Facebook. On Rat Pack. Let me see if I can show you the picture of what I'm gonna look like. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah, very hard to see. Oh, we're ready, friends. Oh, okay. Troy Nelson, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Treatments. Yeah, we spoke last November 26th was the last you sent me a message. November 26th, 2022. I think I was going through the hospitalization. Troy, where I'm at. On the live, we're gonna do Blue Cobra. That's where it was. Yeah. Yeah, the old man passed away, I heard. Yeah, he passed away, the old man. Yeah, he I think it's been like a year now he had passed away. His the last time I spoke to him, because we always spoke. I think it was I went through my chemo, my first chemo. I had finished my chemo. Yeah, when I had finished my chemo, my first bout of chemo, my first 3 months of chemo. When I finished my chemo, the last time I spoke to him, I I I finished my chemo. I called them up. Um, I spoke to him. I let him know the good news about me and all that. And then I tried calling him and I left messages and uh, and then someone told CBK and uh, and CBK told me and then we tried to get into his thing and I left messages and I think his son was the one that left me a message on Facebook that he had passed away. Yeah, nice man. What was his name? Oh my gosh, this Kumo thing's killing me. I don't remember his name. My gosh, I'm gonna be punished for that. I don't remember his name. Yeah, Howard. Howard. That was his name. Yeah. I think his cancer had came back. Rat Pack. I know he told me that yeah, it did come back. He took a couple of doses of his the chemo stuff, and then he told me it was okay, and then things backfired. That's what it was. Yeah, his name was Howard. Yeah, yeah. Every batch was tested for purity. That man, I think he was so you know. I think he lost more money on that, and he didn't care. His thing was to help people because I remember when I got sick, I didn't know him. He got in contact with me and he offered me this. Not when I got sick. When I started my first before I got sick. When I started my keto diet, he got in contact with me and he sent me CBD oil. And I was taking the CBD oil for about a good 6 months to 7 months before I got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And that CBD oil kept my tumor in a cocoon because I was taking that thing 3 times a day for the past 7 months. I was really in that, and that what helped keep the tumor in a cocoon. I believe because that's what they found. My tumor was contained in a cocoon. If that would have bust and then would have spread all over my body, I would have been dead already. but that's what I believe contained my tumor. Yeah. No, his son, he never mentioned. He just let certain people know about his father. You know, he passed away, and then that's it. I lost contact, or he lost contact with everybody. And I don't know if the website is still up. I don't know if his son is running, because I know his son was also had cancer, and his son also took the CBD oil and stuff. So I don't know. Um, but that man. He didn't care about the money. He just cared about helping people. He's an angel. Yeah, yeah. Because that stuff, those readouts, every bottle was tested. That costs money. This guy, he didn't care. He just wanted to help people. Yeah. I still got. He's sent me a whole bunch. I still have like 4 or 5 bottles, little tiny things left. I give it to Foxy. It's real good for pets. It's real good. I can, just, yeah. Oh, you have his number, his son's number. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you do get in contact with Howard's son, uh, let me know. Give me some info. We'll let you know what happened. Well, it's good, man. All right, guys. I think that's it, man. It's gonna be 2 o'clock. We've been on this. Wow, 3 hours. Really, really. Wow. I have to do this more often, then, huh? What's that? Eramo Reynoso. You need shower food? What's that? Shower food. Reynoso. Oh, you talking to Mexican? Yo, you need shower fool. That's what it is. Alright, fool. I take a shower, fool. Mm. Quitting the live show you did. Have a blessed night and it's fun and good talking to you. I hope you have fun on that stream. I forget it was awesome to see you and talk with you. If you want to send you my number on Messenger, where we can communicate better. My friend, I am not much of a cell phone person, and I don't carry my phone all the time with me. I'm not. I. It's not that my mother fights for me on that because I don't call no one. I'm not much of a phone person, telephone person. Being stuck on the phone, talking. Blah, blah, blah. You could send me your number and I'll text you mine. Um, Rat Pack. But just a warning, I'm not much of a phone person. So something you'll call and call and call. It's just that I don't carry my phone with me 24. I'm not. I try to stay away from phones and 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 uh, uh enjoy life instead of being on this. I don't know if you've ever been to the mall and you walk, malls are quiet, everybody's on the damn phone. There's no social, nobody talks, nobody mentions, nobody does nothing. So I sit there and I watch people on their phones. I watch them trip over stuff, bump into people because they stuck on their phone walking around. All look like phone zombies. So I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but everybody fights for me because of the same reason. I don't answer, or when I answer a call out, you call me today, I might call you 3 days from now. Hey man, you called me the other day. It's just me. It's just it's just me. What was that? You just get a last minute troll. I think so. That's why I'm thinking he's calling me fool. You need shot fool. So I'm thinking, all right, fool. But yeah, whatever. What was his name? That Russo? What? Yeah. I need a shower, fool. I'm thinking he's messing. You know, I'm messing with yo, fool. It's all good. Yes, I hope to chit chat again. Maybe I'll do another one. What's today? I'm lost in days. I don't know. It's Tuesday, Wednesday. I might do something Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I don't know. If I remember, like I said, I I try to stay from the damn social thing. Man. Everybody's a zombie. Next time y'all go to the mall, sit down and just look. There's no social. Everything's quiet. It's just zombie land. I don't know. I was like that too. Then I caught myself. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, my mother fights for me. Yeah, I thought you never answer the phone. It says, Mom, it's not that I don't answer the phone. It's that I don't have the phone with me all the time. And everybody fights here. Paul, Kevin, everybody fights for me because of that. You never call no one. I said, well, what do you mean? It's just that's me. Okay. If you want to throw me a blue wrench, I do check people's channel out like that when they make those comments before it drop and act. All right, nice meeting everybody. I hope everybody has a good night. It was a blast today. It was pretty cool. Uh, that troll, that fool. See ya. Um, I don't even call him troll. There's another name I call him. It's not worth mentioning, bro. You want to throw me a blue wrench? What's a blue wrench? I know what you're talking about. You see, I'm new to this stuff. Uh, I don't know how to throw blue wrenches, but I'll figure it out. Oh yes, I hope everybody enjoys the eclipse. I sure am looking forward to seeing that. That'll be my second one in my lifetime, I think. I don't remember seeing. I remember the one like 4 or 5 years ago. I think I was in Georgia when that happened. All right, people. Y'all have a good night. Have a blessed, beautiful day when y'all wake up. And I'll talk to you soon. Good night. Good night, y'all.